Hello and welcome to the JB&M Sports Fanatic channel. And so it's your boy JB, and I'm going to be talking about the New England Patriots and their outlook. And so just right off the bat, when you think about the New England Patriots, we know last year they made the playoffs, but more memorable, we remember what they did not do in the playoffs, and that was, well, much of anything. But you got to remember they did make the playoffs last year. But, I mean, obviously things are a lot different there. The AFC East, there's still the Buffalo Bills in that division. We know Miami's given this team problems over the last couple of years. And one of the biggest question marks is, quite frankly, how's the offense going to look? I mean, we know this past offseason they lost quite a few key guys, defensive side of the ball as well. Guys like J.C. Jackson, you lost him. And so you look at what the Patriots did. The draft, a lot of people were perplexed in terms of what Bill Belichick did. We don't know who's going to be calling the plays, running the system, but it sounds like whoever it is, they're going to be a defensive guy. So what does this mean for a young quarterback like Mac Jones in year two? We're going to find out. But on a positive note there, it seems like a lot of rookies from the previous year's draft class, they're really stepping it up in the offseason there. It sounds like Mac Jones, he's really putting it all together. I know it's the offseason, guys, but I am feeling the hype there. But let's go ahead and go through this. So right off the bat, we see the Patriots and the Dolphins. So historically speaking, lately Miami's been winning that first game, but lately that first game has also been in New England. So the fact that now New England's going to be going down to Miami early, does Tua have that chemistry going with Tyreek right off the bat there? That in Miami, they're going to be excited for this one, honestly. And so I could really see this game going either way here, but we'll give advantage Dolphins on this one down there in Miami week one. So right off the bat, Pat starting off 0-1, although I think it'll be extremely close. I could very well see the Patriots winning that game there, but I think it'll be extremely close there. Patriots versus Steelers. At this point, don't know if the Steelers are going to be starting, Mitch Trubisky, or if Kenny Pickett will beat him out outright. But if it is Kenny Pickett in this sense, I mean, Belichick versus a rookie quarterback, that's going to favor a Bill Belichick coach team there. So in that sense, I will lean towards the Patriots in this one. Another coin toss there. I feel like a lot of the games for Patriots will be coin toss there, but there's a lot of things to take into consideration when it comes to viewing the New England Patriots as a team. All right, so week 3 at home against the Baltimore Ravens. This is the type of game here where you're looking at it like, all right, Lamar Jackson, what do the Patriots like to do? Well, they like to take away what you do best. And so obviously that's going to be the ground game for Baltimore. And so you look at how they did, fairly as them last time, they put up a pretty good stance there. And can, the Patriots offense get enough points to get there against the Ravens there? Being at home, I will give this edge here to the Patriots on this one. Their first home game of the season as well. And so week 4 on the road, Aaron Rodgers, no Devontae Adams there, but it's still A-Rod and the Packers there. And so I feel like this one could be a pretty good one, but I mean, advantage Aaron Rodgers and the Packers being at home, I will give that one to Green Bay. So right now I've got them at 2-2. Again, a lot of these could be coin tosses, and I probably could make a case either way, but there's a lot of things to account for in the regular season there. Seriously. And so, all right, so week 5, going against the Detroit Lions there, Matt Patricia's former team there. It's going to be in New England. So I'm going to give this one to the Patriots, although I think that this game is going to be a hard-fought game and a lot closer than some people may think on the surface. Now, week 6, the Patriots going down to the Browns. And so there's so many questions right now. Who will be quarterbacking for Cleveland? Well, if the NFL does what I think that the NFL is going to do and they do opt to suspend Deshaun Watson, you would have to think it'd be at least a minimum of 6 games. And so if that is the case, then this would also kick in here as well. And so that's going to be extremely key. If they have Jacoby Brissett playing quarterback, and I just don't see Baker Mayfield trotting out there to help this team out, just don't see it. If they're taking that route there, Cleveland will still be competitive. Now, they still have that ground game. And so, I mean, will the Patriots run defense be able to stop it? I feel like going down to the dog pound, I mean, the more I think about it, the more I am leaning towards Cleveland in this one. Even if Deshaun Watson doesn't play, I could see them putting up that scenario there. I mean, historically speaking, when I've seen the Browns and the Patriots play, I've seen the Browns put up a tough fight either way. So I'm going to give this one to Cleveland being at home. And so put the Patriots right now at 3-3. At home against the Bears literally one of the few teams that did absolutely nothing to help their young quarterback out. And so I know they drafted some guys defensively there, but ultimately I got the Patriots winning that one. Patriots versus the Jets down there at the Jets. And so I can definitely see this being a case where the Jets come in there motivated going against the Pats here. And honestly, I could very well see the Jets winning this game in an upset. I think the Jets they're a team that they're not going to be probably as consistent as a veteran version of this team would look, but I do like all the moves that the Jets made. I mean, quite frankly, if you're going to say the Patriots, probably lost the offseason, the Jets have a very strong case for possibly winning outside of Philadelphia. So I will give the Jets this one. As much as I dislike it as a Pats fan there, I will give the Jets this one at home. And so that's going to put the Patriots right now at 4-4. The Patriots got off to a slow start last season, but being at 4-4 right now, it's not the end of the world. Now, week 9 against Indianapolis, being at home there, Indianapolis, on paper would look like the better team there, but just being at home here, I feel like Bill Belichick at this point will come up with a game plan here that will negate Jonathan Taylor in that offense there, and sort of Mac Jones will play one of his better games of the year. I feel like I just have a feeling here, and going off of the thing, you never know how injuries and stuff are going to play out. I got the Patriots winning this one at home, so that's going to move them to 5-4 at the bye. Coming back from the bye, time to play the Jets again. It's going to be revenge this time around. We're going to be ready for that. So Patriots right there go to 6-4. And then against the Minnesota Vikings here, you look at the wide receiver matchup here for the Vikings, along with what Dalvin Cook, what he brings to the table. So all that is a serious concern there for the Patriots. But I feel like as the season goes on, the Pats will play better. That is going to be a Thursday game, and I just get the feeling that the Patriots will find a way to win this one as well. All right, so the Bills versus the Pats here. Being a Thursday game against, so back-to-back Thursday games, I find that to be interesting there. And so last year, Patriots split. The year before that, Buffalo swept them, but one of those games came down to Cam Newton just fumbling the ball. And so I will give the Patriots this one at home. And so I know you're going to be thinking, hey, this guy's definitely a Patriot fan, and I get that. But I think that there's a chance that they could split. And you never know. Buffalo, as good as they are, as I think they're going to be doing in the regular season, there's going to be about 2 or 3 games that they play in which they're not going to play up to their, capability. And so I feel like I could see like this being one of those games. And then the next time they play the Pats, it just turns into one of those, uglier type of performances. I could see that being the case. All right, Patriots versus the Cardinals. At this point of the season, Cardinals have Hopkins back, and so Kyler Murray. Now, Kyler Murray has a history, I think, of, like playing up, down, up, down. And so especially as the season goes down, what goes later into the year, Kyler Murray tends to cool off. So, but being at home here, I'll give this one to the Cardinals. All right, Patriots versus the Raiders here. In this scenario right here, I can definitely see the New England Patriots, obviously going against, Josh McDaniels, your former coordinator, Bill Belichick. It's going to be an interesting one, but you think about what the Raiders have done this offseason here, how tough that division is going to be. And so I will give this one to the Raiders here. All right. And so that's back-to-back losses there I have for the Pats here. Now, week 16, against the Cincinnati Bengals, it's not going to be easy at all. Joe Burrow and company. Can Joe Burrow, if you remember what he did, what he looked like in the regular season, when Joe Burrow was hot, he was hot. But there was a couple games there where he did not look that way. And so here at the New England Patriots, you got to take into account that the weather is going to be a factor as well. And so for that sake, I can see the Patriots upsetting Cincinnati here. I know it's not going to be a popular pick. Most people are not going to have that take place here, but I can see that being the case. All right, so Miami versus New England. This time I've got New England winning. Again, the weather's going to play a part there in that one. And then final week of the season down there in Buffalo, Buffalo wins that one against the Patriots. And so that would put the Patriots right now at 10-7 on the year. So 10-7 on the year, 3-3 in the division. I mean, throughout every regular season, for the most part, you're going to have those where you have those upsets that do transpire. I had the Jets splitting with the Patriots there. Upsets do happen in the NFL. I know it's not popular to put upsets in your video. No disrespect to the Patriots whatsoever, as a Pats fan especially. And just to look at, some of the things that I think could go different, I could definitely see Pittsburgh winning that game. That is a potential right there. I could see Baltimore winning as well. I can see the Pats beating Cleveland, especially if Watson doesn't play. I could see that being the case. Could see the Patriots also potentially sweeping the Jets. Also could see the Colts winning. I mean, this is what's one of those teams there where it's going to be one of those you play week to week, and you just have to see how it goes. Bill Belichick, if there's one thing he does great is make adjustments, and he loves to build a team based upon, making adjustments. So obviously it's going to come down to, how healthy teams are at these given situations. But 10-7, I had them going 8-0 at home. So at home, I gave them the benefit of the doubt there. We'll see how things transpire. I know there's a lot of people out there that just don't see it with the Patriots. They probably have the Patriots going 7-10. And so I feel like it's going to be between 7-10 and 10-7. So I went along the lines of the best case scenario. But hey, Definitely appreciate you guys for getting this far in the video. Make sure you guys do subscribe to the channel here, and definitely let me know your thoughts here. Definitely open to criticism there. And I get that, some of these teams on paper, like a team like Pittsburgh, a team like Baltimore, you definitely got a strong case for that team. Either way, Minnesota as well. Either of those teams, I can definitely get your case there. Buffalo with the sweep. I can see it as well, guys. Indianapolis, but also, sometimes it's just, it's gonna, you got to see how this plays out. And so this is my prediction here. Definitely looking to see your predictions as well. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And hey, gonna look forward to seeing you guys next time.